In another shocking move, President-elect Donald Trump has made two more controversial cabinet picks. In a statement, Mr. Trump said he will nominate Republican Matt Gaetz of Florida to serve as his attorney general, opting for a loyalist who has built a national reputation as a disruptor and has vowed to dramatically overhaul the Justice Department. He also selected Tulsi Gabbard, a former Democratic member of Congress and presidential candidate, to serve as his director of national intelligence. Andrew Donaldson from OrdinaryTimes.com joined us to explain the outrage behind the nominations.
So after a pretty standard pick in Marco Rubio for Secretary of State, Trump is beginning to really fill out his cabinet. And the cabinet's traditionally the 15 heads of the executive departments, plus the senior staff of the White House, the vice president, chief of staff, and a few others. But now we're getting into some of the real controversial people in the Trump orbit, Hegseth for the DOD, and then the two that have really lit the internet on fire, Matt Gaetz, the congressman from Florida, for Justice and the AG, and of course Tulsi Gabbard for DNI. Now, these two picks are going to be very controversial, even as sympathetic as the Republican Party is for Trump right now. These are going to be heavy, heavy lifts. Note the timing on this. Senator John Tooney was just appointed as the prospective Senate leader for the GOP. So this is very much a test of how far will he go to give Trump what he wants. Trump has already talked about stuff like recess appointments, but recess appointments for these high-level types of positions would really be a signal. It would be something that the Senate needs to think very carefully of. And again, the Senate is very much controlled by Donald Trump, but there are limits because remember, in the long term, Donald Trump is a lame duck president, and these senators plan on being senators long after Donald Trump is president, but they also need to set up J.D. Vance for his run in 2028. A lot of moving parts, but this is very much a litmus test. These are not fit people for these offices. They are getting promoted solely because they are Trump loyalists, and we're going to see what happens. I don't think Gaetz gets through because he's one of the most loathed people on both houses of our Congress. Tulsi's going to be a lot of a heavy lift because of her foreign policy stuff where she went to Syria and things like that as a member of Congress. We'll see what happens, but that's how you need to view this. This is very much a litmus test of how much the Senate is going to give in to Donald Trump.